Welcome to StonerStack. Today we are diving into a topic that is absolutely critical for building advanced AI applications. Yes, I'm talking about MCP or the Model Context Protocol. I have made multiple videos on this topic explaining what MCP is, but today we are going to bring it all together with the help of sequence diagram you see on your screen. This diagram tells the whole story of how MCP works. It all starts with you, the user. Imagine you have a simple task for an AI. For example, send an email to my manager with the last month's sales report. This seems like a straightforward request, right? But to complete it, the AI needs to handle multiple steps. It needs sales data, your manager's email address, and the ability to connect to a mail server. This is where the model context protocol comes in. Let's look at the main actors in this process. We have the user, the MCP client, our AI application, the MCP server with its tools, and the LLM, the large language model, whose intelligence we will be utilizing. The journey begins when the user sends their query to the MCP client. The client's first action is to ask the MCP server, what tools do you have available? The MCP server, acting as a central tool registry, provides a list of all the available tools, complete with their parameters and the descriptions. This process often happens even before the user types their query. Now, here is the interesting part. The MCP client sends the user's query along with this list of tools to the LLM. This allows the LLM to analyze the request and intelligently decide if it needs to use any of the tools to fulfill the user's request. The LLM then sends a response back to the client specifying which tool to call and with what parameters. The MCP client now calls the necessary tools via the MCP server to get the required data. The output from the tool, the actual sales data, is returned. This next step is the core of the entire protocol, and it's what gives it its name. The MCP client sends the original query along with the tool's output or our sales data back to the LLM. We are providing the LLM with the necessary contexts it needs to proceed. This is why we call it Model Context Protocol. The LLM processes all this information and decides on the next step. If our query was just to fetch the data, this would be the final response. But our goal is to send an email as well. So the LLM will tell the MCP client to call another tool, an employee tool, to get the manager's email address and then an email API to actually send an email. This process continues in the loop until the entire request is fully processed. Finally, user will get its final response. I hope this has given you a clear understanding of how the model context protocol allows us to provide context to the LLMs, turning complex multi-step tasks into seamless automated actions. If you want to learn how to build these powerful systems yourself, you are in the right place. Visit my channel and check out the MCP server and MCP client playlist. I have broken down all the basic concepts in a simple language with the live demos so you can see the code in actions. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share for more such content.